Devices? Nice. All right.
Nick, how did you find out about the decision that you would start Thursday?
Doug, told us when everything happened. A lot of that stuff just stays in-house. That's all I really want to talk about it. We talk about this being a family and, tight-knit group. So that's all I say is, talking to Doug.
How do you feel about Thursday night, Doug? Or Nick?
I feel great. It's it's been we've had time. We've prepared a little bit as a team. Last week just studying film of Atlanta, obviously a tremendous team. Getting into a new season, and then this week I think that we've done a great job out there. Just with our game plan, preparation, film work. It's going to be a great battle Thursday night, but I'm really excited about it.
It wasn't a typical training camp or lead up to the start that a starting quarterback would have. How do you compensate for not getting all those snaps throughout the summer?
It's just like I've always done. I just go out there and play. When you're not getting a snap, no matter if you're the ones, twos, threes are going, you're always taking mental reps. I'm not afraid to ask questions, studying the game plan, all the stuff I've done throughout my career. But I feel really great right now.
You've been through a lot in your career, but this is new, right?
Yep.
In terms of will you be starting or won't you be starting? How did you help yourself mentally prepare and physically prepare over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I think that you hear a lot of sayings from players. You always prepare as the starter. It's a little bit it is different when you are the starter, but had a lot of experiences, especially this last season. So I think I was fortunate that I was here last year, understanding the offense. Obviously, the offense evolves. You bring in new players, coaches change. But I had a great foundation set, so I was just working on expanding that foundation and in that just being prepared for whatever may lie ahead.
How much do you think the ambivalence over the last couple of weeks affected you on the field during the preseason?
I don't think that affected me on the field at all. I think that, just going through the preseason, when I look back at the preseason, I went out there and played. I made mistakes, I did good things, but all in all, I felt like I grew as a player. And, that's important, especially going through the preseason. I wasn't afraid to, I wasn't trying to play it safe. I wanted to just play football. And with that, you're going to make mistakes sometimes, especially, when in this situation. But I felt really good, obviously making mistakes isn't fun. It's, it's the worst part of the game, but you're able to sit back, you're able to go watch film, you're able to deal with the emotions of throwing a pick, having a strip sack, doing all those different things, which aren't fun as a player, but I was able to deal with it in the preseason, which is awesome in a sense that I can learn from it then and move forward and keep practicing and keep working and bonding in the locker room and out on the practice field. So when I look back at the preseason, I thought it was a successful one from that standpoint with the emotions of this game.
Most of the guys that you're going to be working with on Thursday night either didn't play in the preseason or new, completely new to the offense. Will that take some getting used to? You feel like you've gotten that accomplished in practice?
I think we've had a great week of practice with the guys. Obviously we have new personnel, some guys that sat out a little bit during training camp. But I think all in all, I feel really good where we're at. I feel like we finished up our last practice of the week really today, and I thought guys were out there grinding, giving everything they had. The attention to detail was great, and that's what matters.
Did you think a week ago that this would be the way things went? Did you have any expectations?
I think the big thing is, when it comes to expectations, you got to prepare as a starter. You got to go out there every day and work. You can't really worry about, I've said it before, you can't really worry about the label. You just got to go out there and just prepare in your mind as if you're a starter and deal with everything that comes with it. And that's how I approach it. That's what helps me. And now, it's just really these last couple of days, just fine-tuning everything, getting ready to roll.
It seems like you're a unique player in that there's not a whole lot of middle ground in your performances. Like, there's piping hot and then not so much. When do you kind of know, how the game's going to unfold for you? Is it at the very beginning? Is it during the week? When
I think everyone tries to figure out sports. Sports you never know. You go out there and play, you get everything you have. I think there's plenty of games that there are middle ground that I've played. It's just that, now my middle ground is if I throw one touchdown, no interceptions, it's a bad game. And I've set that bar high. I know that, because I expect more of myself. Because, I mean, what is a middle ground game? I think that, we're going to be analyzed as players, but I know as a player, you can be hard on yourself, but you have to learn from your mistakes. And, for me, I know by the week of preparation, and then you really never know. You have a great mindset as a player, like going into the game, but you really never know till you get into the game, because the bullets are flying, things are going on, the defense is giving you different looks. There's adversity, and that's what I love about the game is the team that handles adversity the best is usually the team that wins.
What is critical for you in order to be at your best? I mean, what's the most important thing to have personal achievement in a game that you find? Like, what's
I think just the more I play, just getting a rhythm, getting a feel, having a great work week with the game plan, a clean game plan of stuff that, I feel comfortable with, having a lot of, talks with the coaches where we build it around me and the personnel and what we're doing, understanding the game plan. And then as I grow as a player and I, get older, I see different things. I, deal with the emotions of the game, because it's not just like we go out there and play and it's all said and done. I mean, it's an emotional game, good, bad, whatever it may be. So for me, just going out there, just continue to play and find through good games and bad games.
You described yourself before as a little bit of a rhythm quarterback. You used that word just prior. It seemed like in the postseason you really got into a rhythm in the second half of that game against the Falcons. Looking back upon the film this week, what did you see help turn you around and led to the final 2.5 games of the playoffs?
Just playing. I mean, I'm a basketball player too. So, like, if you think about basketball, it's just the more you play, you have to get a rhythm, you have to feel the dribble, you have to feel your shot, you have to play the game. It's like if I go play pickup basketball right now, I'm not going to be very good because I haven't played in a long time. But if I play for a couple weeks, I'll be back to who I used to be, and I'll be able to shoot everywhere. I'll be able to probably be able to dunk again a little bit. And that's the same with football. That's how I am as an athlete. I just have to keep playing, and I can adapt. It just takes a little time. I have to get that rhythm. I have to get the feel for the game. I have to get to the point where in the game I'm not really thinking. I just seeing and reacting and understanding subconsciously. And that's where I sort of hit my zone as an athlete. That's where I have to keep grinding through it. And through the ups and downs, just staying confident, learning from good things, learning from bad things, but staying steady all the time. That's what's important to me.
There's something kind of poetic about the fact that you're starting.
That's a lot of questions.
No, there's something kind of poetic about the fact that you're starting in this first game back after the Super Bowl, where the banner is going to be unveiled from the rafters. Have you thought about what that moment's going to be like with the fans welcoming you back?
I really haven't, just because we've been, we've been in training camp and then just preparing for this game. You just get so involved into it that you're just more thinking about, playing the Falcons, preparing what I have to do today, throughout practice, the installation for today, repping the plays, the different looks, and then, going home today, spending time with family and just getting the body right. So I really haven't. It'll be really awesome for everyone at that moment, but at the end of the day, we got a game too. So I'm really just looking forward to playing the Falcons and preparing for them.
You know that they're going to do. I mean, you know that they're probably going to show Philly on there again. And when you see that play yourself, does that bring a smile to your face?
In that moment before the game, I'll probably be so focused on playing the Falcons, I don't even know if I'll watch it that much, just because I don't want to take my mind there. It's a new season. Obviously, that'll always be a special moment. It's one of the greatest moments in Philadelphia sports history for any sport. But for, me in this position and our team, we're so focused on the game that it'll be a little bit different for us, just because, our job going in on Thursday night is to, play against the Falcons. And, ultimately, our goal is to win the game, just like their goal is to win the game. So I'm going to be so focused on that, I don't know how much I'll really be paying attention.
Talking to your teammates, they describe you as a guy that perseveres. How do you feel like perseverance applies to you as a player?
As a player, I think that, you're going to be critiqued. I can tell by the different questions what's going on. I don't read anything because it does me no good. It's no offense to anyone. It just doesn't do me any good because it just clouds your mind as a player. But I think perseverance is, being able to look at yourself critically and overcoming those things, overcoming odds, bad odds, overcoming good odds. Sometimes, persevering is being able to handle the good stuff too. Winning a Super Bowl and going through what we've gone through, this has been a totally different experience for me in the sense of, handling, the different things. But I feel like I've grown a lot from it and understood it, and it's made me a better person to where, when I step in a huddle, I step in the locker room, I can be a better leader. I go home, being a husband, being a father. So perseverance is being able to, live the day to day. Life isn't always easy. The sport's not always easy, but just find joy in everything you do.
As somewhat of a follow-up to that, the last Falcons game, as you detailed in your book, a lot was going on around you that even if you didn't read it. This time you're the Super Bowl MVP going into this game. How are you different now than you were that playoff game in January?
I'm no different. I've experienced more things in life. I've experienced a lot more, but I'm still to the root the same person. I think that we are who we are. We just have experienced, as we get older, life throws different curveballs at you, some good, some bad, and those are the experiences where you grow. But I'm still the same person.
You're pretty close with Carson. Obviously, you know that he was, gearing up, trying to return for this game and everything. First of all, what have you admired about the way he approaches rehab? And also, you could probably get a sense of his disappointment that he's not going to be ready.
Yeah, I think, everyone's seen how hard he's worked. I've seen it, up close and personal. I think that, that's something I've always respected about him and always will is, his work ethic. Whether it's, when he starts and when he's playing, how he approaches the game, or, coming back from an injury, his rehab, being out there, going through everything, grinding through it. So I have all the respect in the world for him. And, he's just, he stays the same and he keeps working.
You're obviously aware about his disappointment and everything.
No, him and I, we're all about this team and whatever this team needs. And I think that's what's important. We have a foundation as friends, not just as coworkers, which is very important for that QB room. So, we don't really need to, because we're going to, whenever I'm playing, he's going to support me. Whenever he's playing, I'm going to be there to support him, and Nate's going to be there. If Nate's playing, we're going to support him, and, vice versa.
Okay. Nick,
That's it.
Thank you.